Alright, hello, welcome. My name's Frank. This is No More Paper. I'm just trying to build a community here that is for traders, for people that want to trade. Never going to sell anything. It also seems like I'm never going to do anything to actually promote this because I don't care. I get the real value out of this by pretending like I'm giving a presentation, by pretending that people are listening. And while I ultimately do want other traders to discuss strategies and opinions with, I can't do it. I don't know. I don't know how people do Twitter, but how do you do Twitter? You just go on there and yap your gums and get little likes. Feel good about yourself. I don't understand the desire to want to do that. I tried doing it for a little bit, and I don't know, I just don't feel the joy that other people get when someone likes you on social media. I'd rather have a splinter in my toe. That's how little I care about likes from other people. It's really, I don't know, it's something I never understood. I never understood trending. Like, I know what it means to be trending, but I just don't get it. I don't get the desire for it. I always imagined that trading would take me away from bullshit like that. It's all politics. It's politics of normal life. Like, when you get a job, you gotta deal with the boss's son is in charge of you. There's politics involved with that. What the fuck are you gonna do? Quit your job, you have no money. Do what's right, you have no money. And you just gotta hope that whatever. You gotta politic. You gotta play it careful. I don't want to do that. I don't like doing that. I don't care. So therefore, trading lets me make money, build things my way, and I don't have to do that. I know it's a bit unrealistic, but whatever. As we just had a news release. Let's check that out. Oh, it's choosing now not to work right. There we go. Initial jobless claims came in lower than normal. So that's going to look a little bearish for markets. It should anyway, because it means that the Fed has no emergency reason to cut rates. In the past, the only reason the Fed would cut rates while inflation is rampant is because of an emergency. Think of COVID. Or, they could use people are losing their jobs, blah, blah, blah. So we need to cut. It's, the benefits are worth the risk, or the benefits are worth the repercussions, which I don't think they ever are. So people not losing their jobs as much as they thought, slightly bearish. But this could have been baked in. People could have seen this coming. Also, we have the Philadelphia Fed manufacturing survey. That's a bit strange that it's gone up that high. And then we have retail sales coming in right in line, but decreasing from last time. Year on year, they're down. And excluding autos, they're down even more. See, I would think autos would ruin that because people, I don't know how much you can believe it, but people don't really have a desire to buy new cars anymore. When a new car costs half the price of your home and won't last, I'd say won't last 6 years. Why? What's the point? It's the reason why old trucks that used to go for $500 are now going for $2-3 grand on the used market. Alright, later on today we have pending home sales. I forgot to mark that in my calendar. Let me mark that quick. On the home sales side, on the housing market in general, I'm not as knowledgeable. I don't, it's much more complicated. I do know that homes are getting more expensive. Supply is dwindling. Demand is up again. A lot of it is what region you live in, what state. But all I hope is that no new people move in around me. The way I look at it is I want to live a rural lifestyle. And a lot of the people that do end up moving around me, they're not moving around me because they also respect the rural lifestyle. They're moving around me because they can't afford a house in suburban hell where they really do want to live. So they come here and they try to implement their stupid suburban rules, and I hate it. Alright, let's take a look at headlines for a little bit. $3.5 trillion rotation puts us where we are. Yeah, people are rotating out of these stocks. I hope he goes to jail. I really do. That would be lovely. Of course he never will. But who knows? Maybe, yeah, I don't know. TSMC raises CapEx and revenue forecast, highlighting. Okay, so yeah, that's right. They had earnings. Yeah, before the open. TSM. Why do they say 2330.tw? I mean, I know because it's a foreign company, but I thought they had parallels on the US stock market. I think that's what TSM is. Yeah, I don't know why they're. What's TW? Because TSM is down. So I mean, this is bad. We're moving. I mean, I think it's good, but it's bad for these hyperscalers and tech companies, which I can't wait till they fail. I don't get why. What is? Get out of here. Okay, so it doesn't. It's not correlated to. TSMC on the NASDAQ? I don't get it. TSMC profit jumped 77%, but shares still slip pre-market because this is it. This is the high. When your only tactic is to spend more money and forget everything about future revenue, I mean, it's eventually going to fall through. Someone's going to have to eventually say, okay, but where are you making money on this? And not a whole bunch of, well, our revenues are up this much. Okay, but that's like I forget what company did that. Google might have done that. One of the big tech companies said, well, our revenue's up this much and it's because of AI. Well, where? You can't point to it. Oh, because we're using AI to do this, and this. Well, now our ad revenue increased. But it's not really because of AI. They're trying to make it seem like it is. But nobody can point to a way to monetize this, the way that they are monetizing it, to explain trillions of dollars in investment. It just does not make sense. They had the perfect tool, the perfect lie, the perfect illusion to sell everyone. So they could raise tons of money, pay out to early investors before it all falls apart. Which is sometimes why when Yahoo is saying things like the AI trade is back, they want you to be their exit liquidity. And you still get articles like this. San Francisco is totally unprepared for the coming wealth tsunami. Your equity in turn has ballooned to more 72 million, even if you have won the lottery. It's not anomalous. 1,000 employees at Anthropic and OpenAI are now watching their equity accounts inflate to stupefying heights. Would I even know what to do with? Well, cash out and run for the hills. People are going to be laughing when they IPO. President Obama holds equity now valued about $30 billion. If they go public. So now you're seeing There it is in black and white. The reason they want to go public is not because they want to build a company that's actually going to be profitable. It's so they can unload all this private equity money, all these private equity investments. All the people that they dupe, they want to unload on normal investors. And what's happening is you're starting to see people not believe in it so much. So what happens if you go public and it tanks immediately? This article is entirely unrelatable. Who cares about these startup babies? The fact means that most in San Francisco are experiencing a rich but broke paradox, or even high earner struggles against extreme inflation and housing costs. Huh. Interesting that the liberal control government influence. Yeah, but only so they're only going to target the wealthy that can't do anything about it. California is actually being smart about it, which is extremely evil. It's still going to be bad, but the real rich are just going to move away. The ones that can't really do anything about it, they're going to destroy them, give all their money to homeless people and NGOs, and then California will degrade to such a point where they might finally vote in someone who's going to change things, make them more conservative. Watch, I didn't say Republican. Republicans right now are just Democrats by another name. We haven't had a real Republican in decades. AI bubble, same type of random speculation from the internet and real estate bubbles. When does the crash start? I don't know. Are just the first to trap billions of dollars in overvalued shares. Just like these IPOs can mint new money to sell can fleece the speculators. This does not sound like a great city. It seems very dysfunctional. Yeah. And these aren't great. I mean, they're somewhat intelligent people, but they aren't like the original Silicon Valley founders who were doing things you've never heard of. These are people who their only idea is, let's put AI into your refrigerator. And then poof, you're millionaires. Because they're willing to sell their soul. All right, enough news. Man, it really does make me depressed every day. So why do I keep doing it? Because you gotta know to trade. All right, let's take a look at the charts. Definitely building a ceiling up here. We've been stuck in this range now for almost 2 weeks. The overnight last night was unable to break the range. It tested it again and rejected it. And that's what you're seeing now. I think before we break this range, we're going to see point of control come down. Unless it makes a large move to a new range. We'll see. I wonder if there is a way to... I should do that, developing point of control within this. Oh, I could do it like this. So we've been moving it up. It moved down slightly. But we brought it up on Monday. I'm sorry, on Tuesday. We'll see. Point of control for the overnight is still up in the 76.18 area. As you can see here in the overnight, we went right to the value area, naked value area from, geez, that's from a long time ago, a very long time ago. That is from June 15th. Actually, that'd be June 16th. One month ago. We rejected it hard. VIX has been elevated since then and slowly going higher. I think there's a good chance we will break yesterday's low and yesterday's, well, this naked value area from, that was from Tuesday. There's a good chance from, if we do break that, that we will go to see this previous undeveloped auction. I've heard it over the years about unfinished auctions, and I have always kind of rejected it, or not really rejected it, but thought, well, if I can't make it make sense, then I don't know if I want to use it. I don't know if I want to develop any strategies on it. But I've noticed that it's true. I don't understand the exact reason why. Like, I can understand the reason why price tends to go back to the most traded areas. I can understand the reasoning behind that. I can understand the reason why more orders on the bid cause markets to go down, while more orders on the ask usually cause markets to go up. It's aggressive. It's people trying to get out or people trying to get in aggressively. So that can usually tell you something. I can understand the fundamentals behind a lot of it, but I've never had someone explain why price returns to thin volume on at extreme levels. And I've watched it happen so often that I cannot deny it, but I still don't know the fundamental reason why it happens. So there's a good chance that we will return here, 75.32, before maybe going higher. It's clear with the rejection in the overnight that we are unlikely to go higher right now. I mean, I could be wrong. I could always be wrong, but I don't think we will, especially with the negative reaction to the different news events. Somebody earlier called this initial spike right here, which was at 7:45. It was very quick, and then it recovered very quick. Someone called that a test, which a test is usually when the big players are trying to accumulate supply. So they're accumulating supply down here in this range. in order to sell when price gets at a higher rate. And to do that, they want to make sure that price isn't interested in going lower. So they do a test to see if it would go lower. I still don't know the exact workings behind it or the reasoning, but and I'm not so sure that I believe that that's 100% what's going on, because there's an exception to every rule in this type of stuff. And we did return there, and we're stuck there now. And this happens to also be a high volume node in the long term. It's also the point of control of our current range. Going into the open, like I said, I think we're gonna definitely test these lower extremes right here. Yesterday's low and 75.70, 75.75 basically. That's been a major area for a while now. I've been watching it. But we'll see. It does look like we will pull down point of control if we stay here much longer. So if we then break from this, I mean, I'm thinking we're going to go lower, but whichever way we break from this, I would likely take a momentum trade from that. So price is likely to establish point of control down here and a upper and lower value area. And it'll probably go back and forth in there for a little bit before breaking out of it. And once it does, there's a good chance that price will travel with momentum. So it would likely, if it would break higher, it would likely travel to, I would say, this overnight high before things change. So 76.31. If it does break lower, I would say there's a good chance we'll get to the 50 SMA or this unfinished auction down here. We might hold up a little bit in these key areas. And you have last month's close, which I've yet to see price really test that. Yeah, we've not tested that, so it might mean nothing, it might mean something. But that's all I got for today. I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow. Who knows? Good luck, goodbye.